This is Mona Tazino, and I am with the Fort Bend County Sheriff Department, and we're doing a special thanks to the Sheriff Department because there was a great ordeal that happened to me. But the guys that you see on this video are heroes to me in my book. I'd like to introduce to you Major James Hines with the Fort Bend Sheriff's Department. How are you, and welcome to my home.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. No, thank you. I appreciate everyone that came today, and I'd like to extend a very special thank you to the Fort Bend County Sheriff Department, and what you guys did for me was the most wonderful thing I can think of at this time. It was a horrible day that day, and you guys brought sunshine back into my home, and I feel safe again, and I can tell all of my neighbors that we have someone that's really special in our community that really cares about us and our community, and the response that I received was extraordinary, and I just want everyone to know that the Fort Bend Sheriff Department is doing a fantastic job here, and we just want to say thank you very much. And who are you representing today?
I'm here to represent Sheriff Troy Nels with the Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. I'm not the hero. Basically, I'm here to say thank you for recognizing the efforts of our personnel. The Sheriff, of course, received the email from you in which you wanted to thank the deputies that were involved in your burglary investigation.
Yes.
From May 5th.
Yes.
I'm here as well to say thank you for recognizing the efforts and the efforts of our people, and you taking the time to thank them. It's a thankless job, and it's not all the time that people take time out of their day to even make a phone call or write a letter. So this is very special, and that's why I'm here, just to say thank you, and we appreciate you noticing the efforts of the professional people that work for the Sheriff's Office.
Well, what I realize is that, life is so short, and I experienced some of that, and a lot of people don't take time to say thank you anymore. And if this helps, if I can pay it forward to someone, I will. And I hope that the community can start saying thank you in a good way instead of, beating you guys down. I know you get a tough rap a lot of the times in the media, and I'd like to show some of the good things, the really good things that happen.
Well, can I say this, that the people behind me, at least two of the guys that are right here behind me, Detective Cantu, right here, Deputy Duran, they're at least two of the individuals that were out here, and I want to recognize, at least take a moment to try and recognize some of the other people that you wanted to thank that couldn't be here today.
Okay.
As far as me representing the Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Troy Nels, I'm also here for Sergeant Brad Witcher, who's in our Criminal Investigation Division. He's tied up on some other investigations and couldn't be here. Behind me, Captain Holtz. He's our captain over the patrol division. He's responsible for Deputy Duran.
Okay.
Also behind you is Sergeant Barte. He wasn't here, but he is a first-line supervisor, and he is basically like a field general to the deputies that are out on the street. He's representing Sergeant Budnick, who she as well, actually she's off today, so she couldn't be here. And the lunch that you're providing, there's a couple of people in back that are chowing down a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you for that too. Detective Roberts, she's assisting Detective Cantu in the investigation. And who's the other?
Detective Rodriguez.
Detective Rodriguez is helping out as well. Now, also, unfortunately, there are some constable deputies that aren't here. I don't know why. The sheriff forwarded the information to Constable Dorr to notify his people of the luncheon that you were going to have.
Okay.
So Constable Dorr, you wanted to thank him and his personnel. One of the deputy constables from Precinct 1 that was on scene that actually stopped one of the subjects and got him detained was Deputy Onda. I'm not sure of Onda's first name. Duran, do you know? Tori Onda.
Okay.
And I think we even maybe had some personnel that were from our crisis intervention team that were also
Deputy Charles.
able to respond and arrive, and that would have been Deputy Charles. So it looks like we got the call at about 11:30, and we had a pretty good response.
It was
Um,
excellent. It was
we were here within minutes.
in minutes.
And so while you were
Absolutely.
still on the phone with 911, our people were actually arriving in the area because we had the suspects had entered into your residence only to find out that you were at home, and then they split or tried to at least, and were eventually apprehended by through teamwork with the constable deputies and the sheriff's office.
Just gotta watch your surroundings, pay attention, because it can happen to any one of us, no matter who we are, what title we hold.
His sister is now recovering. The three suspects sped away in a car, were pulled over nearby and arrested.
So,
I got to see firsthand at how fast the response is. You know, you hear stories about the response was too late or they're clocking you guys. Now, I know that you all have a very hard job as it is out there, but I can say for myself that the response was superb. And it actually shocked me, and I'm like, are you sure?
well, anytime you get a 911 call and you get an offense like burglary, for
Yeah.
instance, and that you're at home, which ultimately could have turned into a robbery, and I think that's what we're filing it as, is a aggravated robbery
Yes,
case.
it was an aggravated robbery.
But with the constable deputies in the area and then knowing that it's in progress, sometimes it just takes a little bit of dumb luck. The neighbor keeping their eye open, seeing what's going on. Obviously, you were at home, but just through everybody's hard work and listening to what's going on, you get a big response like that. It's in progress. Those are we like to go to hot calls. Turn the lights and sirens on. Let's catch the bad guys. That's one of our focuses at the sheriff's office is burglaries and improving our crime solve rates with the burglaries that occur. We're doing a really good job. And a lot of that falls back too on patrol. We can't always catch them because shift change. They're tied up on other calls. A number of things. I won't throw in, well, they may be eating dinner. I'm just kidding. But there's a number of things that go that will cause a reaction. So I guess what I would tell the people that might be watching this is that you can't always expect us to be there in 5 minutes. If it's in progress and it's that serious enough, then we're going to be there. But if it's already occurred, let's say, for example, if this happened later in the day on evening shift, it might be a while before a deputy gets to you. So dumb luck played into our favor, and that's what it takes sometimes to get these guys in jail. So.
And
They-
when you're under enormous pressure trying to remember what you saw, I think I was saying it out loud to myself so that I can hear myself, so that I can keep repeating it, and that's very important. And I know that a description, if you have the chance to get a description, you want that's most important,
Absolutely. And
because once they're gone, that's all you have.
right. If you got a phone in your hand, you're talking to 911, start from the head and work your way down to the bottom. If you only get this far,
In regards to that, you did a wonderful job. Considering the stress that you were under, the circumstance you were under, with 3 unknown subjects in your house, with one of them shot down, you were able to provide a really good description on at least 2 of the subjects, and a good description on the vehicle that they left in. You mentioned light colored, it was a silver colored passenger car. You mentioned that one of the subjects had a red afro hair. In fact, he did. When you later positively identified him, you said that was the guy with the red hair that I saw. And you mentioned that to me before we even got to the scene. And then you even talked about the sweatshirt. You even said a sweatshirt, and he in fact had a sweatshirt because you remember grabbing him by his
Yes,
shirt. And
I
there was a
remember the
sweatshirt.
texture of the shirt.
Right.
And
And-
little things can help trigger your memory.
Right.
And I was just relying on trying to stay focused under enormous pressure and talk out loud at what I was seeing.
And you went on to say that they were between 17 and 19 years of age, which they were. Slim Bill, 5'6", 5'7". Again, that turned out to be the case. So you did a wonderful job.
Because I had one of them so close to me, he turned and looked at me, and I was really able to really get that good description for you. So thank God. You're looking at a miracle, people. And I don't know any other way I can describe it. all I know is that I'm here today, and I'm here to be able to say thank you in person to everyone.
Thank you.
Great
You're
job.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
For inviting us into your house and recognizing our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for acknowledging and having us over. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'd like to extend a very special thank you, and I have thank you cards. If you would, give this card to the Sheriff Troy Nels
Yes, ma'am.
for me, Fort Bend County Sheriff Department. That's one for him.
I'd be happy to, thank you.
Okay, and this one is for the Fort Bend County Sheriff Department Robbery and Homicide Division. And this goes to Sergeant Brad Witcher.
I'd be happy to give that to him as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. They'll appreciate it.
I have another thank you for the Detective Thomas Cantu that was there with me, and he helped me go through the process of he's with the Criminal Investigation Division, and I just want to say thank you so much because you made me feel comfortable again in my home, and I would like to present you a thank you card. And with your department, tell everyone what you do in your department.
Okay. Well, my division, I work for the Criminal Investigations Division, detective working in burglary and theft division.
Okay.
The incident that occurred here began as a burglary. Okay.
Okay.
Looking into the investigation, turned out that it turned into actually an aggravated robbery because of the weapon that was involved and the threat that was made towards you.
So tell them what you did that day.
Well, on that day, I was called out, okay, in regards to the incident that occurred. So it's my job to come out here, and we understood that we had 3 subjects that were detained that could be responsible for the burglary here. So come out here, assess what we got here, speak with you, get some information from you on what you saw. And like I said earlier, you did a wonderful job of being able to provide a good description of the suspects that were in your house. With that information, we were able to determine that the 3 suspects that were detained matched the same description of what just occurred here. Right.
Okay.
And so then I arrived and, like I said, interviewed you, and then went and I spoke with the subjects that were detained. You also went out there. We did a show-up lineup. You were able to identify 2, if I remember correctly, 2 of the
Yes.
3 subjects that were inside your house, and you vividly remember them, and you were absolutely sure that those were the ones that were in your house. You even remember the one who pushed you down.
Yes.
So I conducted an interview with them. At the time on scene, only one of them chose to speak with me. The other 2 wanted to remain silent, but because of the confession of one, he, confessed that they all were involved here, that they were here at the house. With that compiled, we were able to place them in jail for the incident that occurred here in your house.
Thank you so much. That is so soothing to hear that they are in jail and that they were captured.
Yeah.
And everyone just did, as a team, it was spectacular to me. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff, but it was very impressive. And I got to see how this process worked. Not that I wanted to, but I got to see, how this process worked, and it's a lot. They do a lot, and so I just want to say thank you very much for you and your department.
Thank you, a pleasure, and again, thank you for inviting us into your home, and congratulations for the efforts that we really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Take one.
I don't know what kind of airbrushing you're gonna be doing.
Okay, that's on
Make
tape,
sure
because
stuff
I
like
just
this.
started recording.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'd like to introduce to you,
My name's Major James Hines with the Fort Wayne County Sheriff's Office.
it was for a burger.
And it so happened that you were here at home.
We're gonna start that again,
Okay? What's that?
because his phone's
Oh,
ringing.
okay.
Buffalo Bill.
Well, I better set mine too.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill Jenkins.
Okay, we're gonna-
Buffalo Bill. I mean, what the heck?
You can just say,
Get on the phone. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I
we
just
forgot
know-
to do that
I should've
before we
known that.
started.
no, that's okay. Mine will probably,
I mean, yeah.
you keep it rolling, you're gonna cut it anyway, right?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Would you like me to reveal what we were called here for?
Sure.
Okay. Well, you sounded a little apprehensive earlier, but it was for burglary. They responded to your house on the 5th, as you know, but for the people that don't know, this occurred on Monday, May 5th
Yes.
at around 11:30,
Yes.
and we were called to your house.
Take two.
Take two. And you are
Sorry.
representing, okay. Take two. And you will be representing,
Sheriff Troy Nels.
okay, and tell us a little bit about the sheriff.
I'm sorry.
Not personally. No, what did we say? How did we lead into this?
We
The
talked
major
about
was thanking the
the,
deputies that have responded to the scene at the time that my phone went off. That's, he wanted to.
yeah. So, I'm sorry, what else did you?
Take three.
We do have even the sheriff have bloopers. Okay.
Yes, we do. We do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But we're happy to have some fun. Anyway,